Hello, 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 you guys, and welcome to another story time brought to you by ABC Read and ABC Learn, in which we are here to help you develop and nurture that love of reading in every child as well as every adult. How are you doing out there today, evening? We're early in the morning, we're late at night, in the middle of the afternoon, whatever time of day it is, wherever you are around the planet. I hope that you all are doing absolutely splendid, spectacular, wonderful, magnificent, and just totally awesome. And I hope that you all have read or your plan is to read for at least 30 minutes, y'all. That is so what's up. And I just want to say this before we get started. I hope that everyone have a blessed and prosperous new year. And make sure that literacy is a part of your daily routine. Keep it a part of your daily routine. Don't say I'm going to start January 1st, 2019. Start right now. Start right now. By you being right here, you have subscribed to an awesome channel. Hopefully, I believe you believe that. I believe it because of the fact that we are here empowering you all. We are trying to help you all get literacy be a part of your daily routine, making literacy, making reading something that is valued. So you make sure you take that attitude, that mindset into the next year and you keep it. All right, so that's all for that. And now what I wanted to share with you guys is when you are getting in the process of teaching your children how to read, don't just think teaching your children how to read is simply just showing them letters and then the sounds of the letters and then putting the letters together in the word and then putting the sentences together and then there you have it. That is going to come. But really the literacy piece, the foundations of that is conversations. Them being able to listen. Not just in addition to the fact of you having those engaging conversations with your children, but also them listening to you have conversations. They're able to hear words being pronounced in the correct way. They're able to hear the sounds of the letters. They are also actually able to get the meanings of words, all right? So that right there is the foundation of literacy, having those conversations. Also, you talking to them about their experiences. They also listening to you and your experiences. Having those engaging, meaningful, purposeful conversations, those right there, that is the foundation of literacy. All right. So just wanted to share that with you guys. Remembering that. All right. So remember, talk to your kids. That's one of the that's the first thing on my list when I have an agenda planned for my students that I tutor. I have on there simply number one, talk. And we talk about whatever it is that they may want to talk about. They may talk about, something that they read the night before. They may tell me about a story or something that they heard or something that they had experienced. And so right there, I have that done on purpose because that right there is, again, the foundation of literacy. So with that being said, now, bam, I am ready to read to you guys this chapter book. And the title of this book is called Still in the Game. And it is written by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Raymond Obstfeld. And as you all can see on the cover, this awesome cover, you see some boys playing basketball, all right? And I wouldn't be surprised if Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, former NBA player, awesome player. I mean, people still talk about how, he set records and, people couldn't break his records and all that to this day. Okay? And so of course it kind of makes sense that he would be a part of a book that is the subject matter is basketball. And also, too, I appreciate Kareem Abdul-Jabbar because he did not just want to leave a legacy of him just playing basketball. He is heavily into literacy. I mean, he big time promotes reading. So I definitely will highly recommend that you all get this book, as well as another book called What Color Is My World? And it's by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and this author as well, Raymond Obstfeld. All right, so let's dig in. I'm going to read one chapter. All right, and I'm going to do like how I did before with Fish in a Tree. I'm going to read a chapter and then upload that until we finish this book together. You hear me? All right, y'all. Busted! The police officer entered my 8th grade algebra class without looking at any of us and whispered into Miss Kaiser's ear. She was standing at the whiteboard, her back to the class, halfway through an equation that I didn't understand and probably still wouldn't understand when I took tomorrow's quiz. Miss Kaiser looked surprised at whatever the officer had said. Then she turned slowly toward the class and pointed at me. My heart banged against my ribs, and my swollen nose ached even more. The officer glared at me. He was tall and thin, and his uniform looked a little too big, like he'd recently lost a lot of weight. Maybe he hadn't gotten a new uniform yet because he was afraid he'd gain the weight back. Maybe he couldn't afford a new uniform because he was putting his kids through college. I couldn't believe I was even thinking about all that at a time like this. The officer crooked his finger for me to follow him. As I stood up, Clay Yothers in the desk behind me whispered excitedly, "Dude, what's the cop want?" "Is this about what happened to your face?" Simon Zuckerman asked. His eyes were big as softballs. "Is this an arrest?" I shrugged as if I didn't know. But I did know. "He's got pepper spray," Tina Yu said, pointing at the officer's belt full of crime-fighting goodies. "Forget the pepper spray," Clay said. "He's packing a gun. Dude, what did you do?" Tina was trying to sneak her phone out of her purse so she could take a photo. If she did, it would be posted on Facebook by the time I reached the door. I gave her a sharp look and she slid her hand away from her phone. Miss Kaiser looked flustered, her cheeks bright red. She started tugging on her blouse and skirt as if the officer had come in here accusing her of being sloppily dressed. This was only her 2nd year of teaching, and I guess this was the first time she'd had the cops haul one of her students out of class. It was probably the first time this had ever happened at Orange Tree Middle School. This was the kind of school with banners for excellence and PTA mothers who planned fundraisers for new computers and students who belonged to several clubs and teams at once. All the walls were painted in sunshine yellow, I guess to remind us of our bright futures. As I walked toward the door, I could hear my classmates whispering, but my blood was pounding so loudly in my ears their words just sounded like boiling water. When the officer and I left the classroom, Miss Kaiser's dry marker squeaked against the whiteboard. "Okay, friends, let's examine the variable y." She'd never called us friends before. This whole thing must have shaken Miss Kaiser, made her think she was back teaching elementary school. Friends? Like we were all best buds. Maybe teachers figured that if they said it enough times, we'd all think it was true. All 500 of us linking arms and skipping down Main Street to a Katy Perry song. "Chris Richards," the officer said with a sour face. Like my name tasted bad. "What happened to your face?" I touched my swollen nose, which was still tender. I knew the purple bruising under my eyes gave me a haunted look. "Do you know why I'm here?" he said accusingly. His question made me think of the last thing Miss Kaiser had said. Let's examine the variable y. Only in my head it came out. Let's examine the variable why I'm here. Wow. Whoa, you guys. Oh my goodness. And you know what? That right here, reading that chapter, to me is a sign of a good book. Because that opening chapter, doesn't that make you want to know what's up? What happened with this boy? Why is his nose swollen? What is going on? And why are the cops coming in there trying to question him? Well, guess what? You'll have to find out when I upload the next chapter. Or you guys can get the book Stealing the Game as well. All right? Go to your local library and grab the book so we can all read it together. All right? All right, you guys, I am done. And I hope that you all enjoyed that chapter of Still in the Game by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Raymond Obstfeld. And remember to please like, subscribe, and share our videos. And also remember to please keep reading for at least 30 minutes a day, my reading revolutionaries. Happy reading. Peace.